What's up YouTube, back once again, and today is story time. It's not a video I've done before or a type of video I've done before, but yeah, I figured I'd give it a go. And no, by the title, I have not denounced all black people. I'm not a coon. It's just the way my life's kind of panned out. It is true, I have no black friends. I have never had any black friends, no real black friends. I've had black acquaintances. I've worked with black people that I've got on with, but none of them have been long-term friends. For example, I don't have a single black person in my phone right now that I can call a friend, other than family members. And even those are few and far between in terms of close family members of family that I'm close to and can talk to. I've got my two brothers that live closest to me, another brother that lives further away that I don't really talk to, and obviously my father is black, and that's about it. But I guess you're kind of wondering why? Why have you never had any black friends? The answer's kind of pretty simple. I've just never had the opportunity, I guess. In my primary school, so when I was like 6-7 years old or whatever, there were no black kids that I can remember. I'm pretty sure I was the only black kid. In fact, I think I might have a picture up there of my entire class. I don't know. Do I have a picture of the entire school? Okay. So I have a picture of me as a child. Make sure it focuses on that and not my face. So this is a probably, I don't know, what do you reckon? A 5 or 6 year old Ryan Cranston in primary school. Loving life. Having immaculate hair that I could only dream of these days. Looking kind of exactly like my son now, to be honest. I was looking through pictures at my mum's the other day, or the other week, and I definitely came across a picture of the entire class, and I don't have it on me. But anyway, there are no other black kids in there. I think there is maybe two, maybe 3 Indian kids, but no other black kids. It's definitely not the way it is today, where there are a lot more black kids, especially in my hometown. And the same sort of thing happened in secondary school. In my year, there were no black kids. And going back to my primary school days, in the neighborhood where I grew up, there were very few black kids that I can remember. I can't actually remember any. Like I said, I've got a school photo. I'll try and dig it out and get it for this video. But I don't think there was any black kids in my year, at least. So I never had the opportunity to have any black friends as a kid, other than maybe cousins that I would visit occasionally because they live further away. I just never stayed in touch. And then again, like I said, into secondary school, I was the only black kid in my class. Older years had black kids and younger years had black kids. But in my year, I was literally the only black kid. They had multiple black kids in the years above, multiple black kids in the years below. My year, no black kids. So again, I just never had the opportunity to have any black friends. And again, where I grew up, because I spent most of my school life hanging around with the same kids, the same group of friends. There was never any black kids in their street because I would always go out and hang out in their street, and there were never any black kids there. So again, the opportunity never came up. We were into BMXing, skateboarding, skating. Whenever we would go to skate parks, there would never be any black kids. Whenever we would go to like the bike show, there would never be any black kids. It just never seemed to be an option for me. I never had an opportunity to hang around with black kids. And going into then adult life, where you sort of going out to nightclubs, there just never seemed to be the opportunity where I would spend any time, any significant time with a black kid of the same age or even older. I mean, my brothers have black friends. I get on with them. I've gone out with my brothers and their friends. Some of them black, some of them white. I get on great. It's not that, I mean, what you think, you're probably thinking, oh, he just doesn't get on with black people. He doesn't like black people because blah, blah, blah. Nothing to do with that. I get on with black people. I love black heritage. I love black culture. It's definitely been hard for me because not particularly kind of growing up with a father in terms of him being in a different city than I'm in. So I grew up with my mum, who's white. And again, even though we would go to events, sort of like, so like there's like Caribbean barbecues that would be thrown, I just never seem to come away with any black friends. I don't know what the hell it is. I don't know if they just think I'm not cool enough or what, I don't know. Yeah, it just never happened. And it's not for lack of trying. So going now into adulthood or adult life. So I went to college and there were no black people in my class. There were Asian people. So I did business studies at college. There was no black people there. Then I did an apprenticeship, and the company I did an apprenticeship at, there was no black people, just all white people. Then my job after that, there were some black people in the office that I got on really well with, but they were much older than I am. So again, like there's kind of a limit to how much you've got in common. You know, I was pretty young, like early 20s, sort of wanting to go out and party, and there just weren't anyone of that age at work. There was no one in my team that was black. There was Romanians, there was English people. Yeah, I think it was Romanians and English people. None of them black. So fast forward a few years, some younger black guys did come in. I did get on with them. You kind of get to a point where, because you didn't grow up with black people, you didn't develop that group of friends that has a black person, extra black people. Because I was just the black kid. I was the token black kid of the friend group. Yeah, you kind of build that bond and you build that group and you're kind of strong. And you don't really have any or many outsiders come into the group. And that's kind of the same with the black kids that I was meeting, or the black guys that I was meeting in my early to mid 20s. You know, they'd already developed their strong relationships. They had their group of friends. When we would go on nights out, I got on really well with the black kids. But, you know, I'm not going to say, oh, can I come and hang out with your black friends? Just never kind of happened, you know. I got on well with the black guys at work. Obviously not so well to the point where you get invited to then hang out with them and their personal friends. That's kind of the next step, right? Like, if I was going to now have a black group of friends, it would be because a group of black guys would, or at least one of those in the group would then invite me to join their group of friends. And that's just never happened. Again, that's kind of my excuse for not having black friends as an adult either. I mean, there were occasions, I'll say, when, for example, at a Christmas party, I was hanging around with one of the other black guys in not my team, but our department. And I think he'd come from London, so he had a lot of friends already in London. But we got on well. We would speak almost daily. But yeah, I remember on that Christmas party, we were all dressed up in tuxedos because it was a pretty well-paying job for that age that I was. I remember he recorded me, I think for maybe his Snapchat. I don't think Instagram had Reels yet. And I just said something so cringy. I can't remember what it was, but I was like, okay, now's your opportunity, Ryan. You can make a black friend here. Be cool. Play it cool. Be black enough, but not too black. Don't come across too strong. Don't come across as like you're trying to be something that you're not. And I just remember going like, yeah, I'm here. We're out here. We're dressed like that. And it was just like, I'm telling you now, there are still days where I think about that moment and I will die cringing at what I did on that video. It was so cringy. I was like so eager to make a black friend that I just fucked it. I completely fucked it. I don't know. Although we spoke, he probably saw that and thought, yeah, I'm definitely not inviting you to hang around with my mates. And I guess you'll say, well, what about, why didn't you go to a barber? Okay. So as you can see, my hair is not in a situation where I would say I need a barber. I cut my hair myself. I use a shaver that you would probably use on your beard or stubble or whatever. Use it on my head. My beard I shave myself and line up myself. And even as a kid, my mum would cut my hair. So I guess was just a way to save money. So I would never go to a black barber. And the very few times that I did go to a barber, I remember as a kid, I used to get my hair braided, but I was such a wimp, it would hurt me so much that I think everyone was just basically laughing at me. As a kid, I was just a wimp, again, I was just a kid at that time. So even though they may have been black people braiding my hair, giving me cornrows or whatever, there was not an opportunity there to make friends, partly because I would get my hair done when I was with my father. And then as I got older, I started to lose my hair. So again, never needed to go to a barber. The one time I went to a barber, just before my first date with my current girlfriend, the one and only time I went to a barber, he shaved my beard. I hated it how he shaved it. I was so nervous, so embarrassed of how it had been shaved. So yeah, the opportunity never came along at a barbershop. So I guess you could just say I had a nightmare. Just opportunity after opportunity, or lack of opportunity after lack of opportunity. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why I've done this video. I don't know if anyone will get any, I don't want to say entertainment, because it's not really for entertainment. It's just a life story. I don't know, maybe someone's had a similar experience. I'm not going to say that I have or don't relate to black people. I will say that growing up, because I was the only black person, I never really had another black person to talk to, or at least a friend to talk to, a black friend to talk to about racist shit that would happen. So yeah, that was kind of, I guess, sucked, not being able to talk to someone about that sort of thing. But yeah, I mean, you know, you grow up, you're used to it, it happens. This is not meant to be a sob story in any kind of way. It's just, I'm just giving my experience. It is what it is. Open to having black friends. If you are a black person willing to accept another black person, I'm here. Give me a shout. But yeah, in all seriousness, I'm curious as to whether anybody else has had a similar experience, because yeah, like I know in the years below me, there were plenty of black people in that year that were able to have a group of friends. The years above me, there were plenty of black people that were able to have groups of friends, but in my year just did not seem to happen, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. So yeah, I don't know. I hope you enjoyed the story. A little bit of story time. Maybe I can do it more often. Not that I can think of any other stories to tell at this moment in time. But yeah, let me know what you think. Comment down below your reactions. Have you had a similar story? Whether maybe you're white and you grew up in a predominantly black place, or maybe you're Indian, or from somewhere else in Europe, or wherever in the world. I don't know. Let me know what you think, if you had a similar experience. And yeah, I guess I'll just see you in the next one. Peace.